So if you've been following the channel for a while, then you're going to be fully aware that I love testing out MagSafe battery banks. I like to see what the market is doing and what brands are doing to differentiate themselves from the rest of the competition, whether it's a retractable cable, a kickstand, a diagnostic display, faster Qi 2.2 wireless charging. There's an abundance of different things that brands are adding, but one feature that seems to be relatively elusive is going to be a thin and reliable MagSafe battery bank. If you look for a thin MagSafe battery bank, there aren't really that many out there, but BMX just released their brand new SolidSafe Air, which has to be the thinnest and most reliable MagSafe battery bank on the market, made with solid state, allowing it to be only 6.8 millimeters in thickness, and this thing is absolutely amazing. So sit back, relax, let's talk about this thing and whether or not it's something that you guys should pick up. Let's get into it. But now before we continue, if you do enjoy video reviews like this one, consider subscribing to the channel to get more videos like this and help us get to 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. But let's go to the top-down shot and talk all about this MagSafe battery pack. Well, right, let's do this thing, everybody. Here are all the MagSafe battery packs that we're going to talk about in this video. They're all by BMX, which is better mobile experiences, and they're known for their solid-state battery tech. Their big thing is a lot about safety and why solid state is better than the normal lithium-ion batteries and things like that. But again, for this video, that solid state, what that has enabled is more compact and more density for these batteries, which allows it for the solid-state Air version to really become a reality. And I mean, look how thin this thing is. And this was my personal biggest draw. I've always wanted an ultra slim battery pack for my iPhone. Apple did release one for the iPhone Air, but that one is still thicker than this one, and it only fits on the iPhone Air because of how Apple created it and kind of like elongated that actual battery pack. But let's kind of go through these because they are great in terms of what they do, and they each have their own differentiators. But let's start off with my personal favorite, which is again going to be the Solid State Air. Now it does come in a few different colors here. It comes in a silver, in this black color, and then as well as a gold color, which I don't have on me right now. So these are made out of titanium to again keep it as thin and light as possible, and I think it was a great material choice at the end of the day. From a hardware perspective, you do just have this, that's all it is. You have your light indicators here, which indicate how much battery you have left on the battery itself. As you can see, it is lit up. You have 4 indicators to let you know that you're 100% battery. Super thin. You have the USB-C port right here, which does color match the cosmic orange on the inside, if you can see that. You have all the information you need in terms of USB-C in and out. And then you have the MagSafe internals here. And I really like this because this material is kind of like a soft rubber feel. It gives you a little bit of confidence. As you can see, that's what it looks like on the black one. And it's very self-explanatory. All you do, slap it on the phone itself. See that it turns on to charge. It's charging right here. Locks into place, and then you're good to go and you're charging. So very self-explanatory in terms of what it is and what it does for your iPhone. But again, look at how thin this MagSafe battery pack is. It lines up perfectly with the iPhone 17 Pro, so you don't need an iPhone 17 Pro Max for this to fit on there. There are some battery packs, which if you have a smaller iPhone, it does have a lip that goes over, which is kind of unfortunate, but this one is ultra thin at just 6.8 millimeters in thickness. For reference, an iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max is about 8.25 millimeters in thickness. It is going to be thicker overall than the iPhone Air, but still ultra slim. It's going to be the thinnest one that you can find here in the US. Now in terms of speeds and battery capacity, this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It does support Qi 2, not 2.2, so you're getting 15 watts of fast charging on here with your iPhone. And then it supports 20 watts of fast charging out if you do wired in, which is great to see. And then to charge it in, it supports 15 watt quick charging. So you are able to charge this thing in less than 2 hours with no problems. And this is exactly what I've always wanted. Normally by the end of the day, I get to around 15, maybe 10% battery. Anywhere between 10 and 20% is where I finish my day off with heavy usage on my 17 Pro. If I'm out and about and I am using the camera specifically a lot, which I like to do when I am out, because if I am just going for one day trip where I am going to be using the camera a lot and things like that, I don't need a giant battery pack with me. This one's perfect because it'll charge me from 20 to about 80 to 90% on a single charge while still being used, which is great for my use cases, especially like I said, if I am using something like the camera a decent amount. But it comes in this color, like I said. You also have the black version, which I think is cool, which goes, it kind of gives you this Halloween look. Again, charges up automatically, very easily, and it's very simple and satisfying to use. Here's what it looks like with the orange colors right there on the inside, which is very, very unique. And then again, from a thickness standpoint, it just feels nice in the hand. It doesn't feel like it adds a lot of weight, fits perfectly in your pocket. And what I do is I keep one of these in my fanny pack at all times, depending on who needs to use it, because again, it is MagSafe, so I'm able to charge something like my AirPods automatically. So if I grab my AirPods, it's gonna magnetically attach. I'm charging my AirPods right there. You can wire something out, so technically you can charge 2 things at once. It's not gonna be the fastest speeds in the world, but you'll be able to maybe charge your iPhone via MagSafe, plug this in, and then also plug in via an actual wire to be able to charge your AirPods wired as well. So this is great because it serves multiple purposes and it's a super slim and ultra compact form factor. So that's gonna be the SolidSafe Air 5K. So they do make some other ones, so if you want a little bit more from a functionality standpoint and you don't really need that super slim 6.8mm form factor, then this is also going to be part of their SolidSafe line. They have a 5K version and then also a 10K version in terms of milliamp hours, and you get a little bit more power, a little bit more features with these two than you do with the Air. So now the first thing you're going to notice with these is they are going to have a little LCD display right here, which gives you all the diagnostic tools that you would want to understand how much you're charging, but they work exactly the same, right? This one in terms of weight and size compared to the Air, this one again is 6.8mm, this one's 11mm, so it is a lot thinner overall, and then this one does weigh 137 grams, this one's 116 grams, so even though this is lighter, this one doesn't feel that much heavier because it is a bigger form factor, meaning that it just feels less dense, which is good at the end of the day, so it does keep it lightweight, and for 5,000 milliamp hours and an LCD display, the weight is actually relatively pretty good. But you just slap it on normally, right? Then you get your diagnostic display, it's at 35% charge, it'll let you know that you are charging wirelessly, it's outputting at 1 watt right now, but it will increase to up to 15 watts because this does support Qi 2 wireless charging, not the 2.2 wireless charging. And that's exactly what you get there. This does also have a USB-C port and does support charging in and out at up to 20 watts. And the cool thing about this here is that it also brings a dedicated USB-C cable. Now this is a lanyard, so you can actually remove this totally if you don't want to bring this with you. But it is nice to know that you can kind of pull this out and then you have a little USB-C cable that you can just plug in here. And then I plug it into my iPhone. And then I am charging, as you can see right there, and I'm getting a diagnostic display to let me know like, hey, not only are you charging, but you're charging via wire, and it'll let me know exactly when it gets to whenever it is at 20 watts of fast wireless charging. So that's going to be the 5K SolidSafe option that, again, is a very good option if that's something you want to get into. But if you need something a little bit bigger here, that's where the 10K option comes into play. It's going to be pretty much the same as the last one we mentioned, but again, you still have your LCD display. This one not only gives you a little bit more size, so you get 10,000 milliamp hours instead of the 5,000 milliamp hours. You still get the 15 watts of wireless charging, but it actually supports up to 30 watts out at the same time. So first, you get 2 USB-C ports on the bottom, so you're able to charge more than just one device. You can technically charge up to 3 devices if you really want to, 1 wirelessly, and then 2 wired in. The max output in total is going to be 30 watts, but you're also able to fast charge 30 watts with a single cable as well. And then, like I said, you have your LCD screen, you tap in here. You can see that we're wirelessly charging. I have 28% charge left on this thing, and it does also bring the little USB-C lanyard, which is nice to see. So if you want something that's a little bit thicker, as you can see, thickness-wise, it is a lot bigger than the other ones that I mentioned. So if you're okay with something being thicker, but you need 10,000 milliamp hours, as you can see, again, we're dealing with something that's a lot thicker. This is about 3 times the size. You're going from 6.8 to about 18.9 millimeters in thickness, as you can see here, and it's about 209 grams. So this one's gonna be the heftiest one. It's about twice the weight as this one. So you basically have 3 options here. You have the ultra thin one, which is the one that I would gravitate towards because of how I use it on a day-to-day basis. But then if you do want the differentiation of having a little LCD display, a diagnostic display, you need a built-in cable. This one also at 5,000 milliamp hours is able to get that done. And then finally, if you need the big boy, which is gonna be 10,000 milliamp hours, that's what this one's gonna come into play. It's all part of their SolidSafe line. And then from a pricing standpoint, these are both gonna be $59.99 or 60 bucks. And then the larger one right now is $79.99. So let me know in the comment down below because this is a great question. If you have the same $60, which one are you getting? Are you gonna pay the premium to get a thin one that doesn't have an LCD display just because of the form factor, the thinness, and the build quality? Or are you gonna go with the one that has a few more features like the LCD display, like the built-in lanyard, and things like that? So let me know in the comment down below what you think. I'm a fan of all of these. Like I said, I'm personally really enjoying the Air version, just as they're so thin and light. I put a couple in my bag, hand them out to however I see fit, and now I'm always gonna be able to be topped off. And with the iPhone 17 Pro, it matches perfectly. So always curious to know your thoughts. But if you guys made it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. And if you guys wanna watch more videos like this one, check out one of these videos right here. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace, everyone.